million that the WNBA players gave up 16% for. Where did that money go, Abe? That would be my question, because your point is valid, but where is the 16%? Because if I'm correctly, if they did this raise, then basically they gave up a percentage of equity to market the WNBA, to build up the WNBA to be diluted or being in a CBA agreement.
Picture this.
Let's say the WNBA is finally receiving more attention. Sophie Cunningham also decides against the hype train in favor of a fast food combination meal. While Nike is busy making billion-dollar commercials, Sophie's partnership with Arby's gives the sandwich game more flavor than the court. What makes roast beef different from swooshes? This is not merely an odd suggestion. The storyline is evolving. If you thought the fireworks were happening on the court, you obviously haven't looked at the merchandising table. Let's stop this.
Has a new spokeswoman, and it just so happens to be Sophie Cunningham. Yeah, that's right. She is now on the Arby's payroll, is what is happening. And maybe Arby's is going to snap back to relevance now. Here she is. New shirt that we saw her in this weekend. Hot girls eat Arby's. Sizes small and large have already sold out on the Arby's web. This is a big...
If you're enjoying yourself, please like and subscribe to our channel. Honestly, Caitlin Clark's game rules look more like general guidelines that anyone else can ignore. While her opponents get away with full-fledged football tackles, she is whistled for breathing too forcefully. Charge her. She will be blocked by that. At half-court, take a hack. The referee, who is probably still watching his fan-dwell parley, says, "Go on." This isn't basketball anymore. It's an elevated street fight in high tops. Moreover, Caitlin is the only one expected to endure every blow, remain silent, and smile for the...
They have the meats. Now has Indiana star Sophie Cunningham's Hot Girls Eat Arby's t-shirts. Sold out, by the way. Sponsored by them, by the way. Whew. Broke the internet on this one.
She is still there. Instead of just existing, she takes ownership of the present. Since this is the actual situation, Caitlin Clark is not going to wait for the league to find its purpose. She knows there won't be a magical godmother to make things right. She is making the most of the chaos. All of the plays, headlines, brand deals, and non-tearful standing ovations. She's playing chess in a chair and reaching for her window before it closes.
Has gotten ridiculously popular this year with the Indiana Fever. I made a prediction that she was going to be the second most popular player on this team by the end of the year. And then, of course, there was the big incident during the Connecticut Sun game. And by the end of that game, she was known as Caitlin Clark's enforcer, right? The one that's got her back. At times, it feels like the only one that's got her back.
She knows that time is running out and that the league's icy shoulder won't soften anytime soon. As a result, she is seizing the opportunity. And who could blame her for accepting these blows, since it's not a hard-nosed defense? They are WWE auditions and sneak peeks. There has been more moderation in pub fights. One evening, someone is expelled for looking unclean. Clark is then tackled in the middle of the drive, as if she had wandered into an NFL blitz package. After that, the officials start reciting haiku on how the game is going. Flow? Which flow? In reality, it's a covert demolition derby. It could have its own shoe line and logo because of how hypocritical it is. She is surrounded by defenders like weighted blankets, but she still breaks records in spite of flying elbows and selective whistles. Oh, the noise is so awful. Commentators criticize her for being overly vocal, as if attempting to avoid getting cloth-lined is diva behavior. After being floored during a fast break, picture Steph Curry being told to toughen up. You can't because it wouldn't happen. But with Caitlin, it quickly turns into a rite of passage. It is adjusting to the league. No, she's dealing with government-sanctioned chaos that poses as tradition.
Driving the WNBA insane. It's to the point that she may need to step away from the WNBA, have a billionaire come in that has the money to prove a point, and say, Caitlin, I'll pay you $50 million just to see if the WNBA can make it without you. Let's go create a complete different league and expose the hell out of the WNBA just to embarrass this Angel Reese girl that Jameel Hill just said she could go down as a Michael Jordan of WNBA.
Yeah.
And when
She still smiles in post-game interviews despite having to put up with 4 quarters of officially sanctioned chaos. Breaking viewing records, securing endorsements worth millions of dollars, and turning hate-mongers into devoted customers. Because in their hearts, even the loudest critics know the truth. Thanks to Caitlin Clark, the WNBA summer isn't slowing down. You can either promote it or try body-checking it into oblivion. But good luck. Her three-point shooting is more deadly than most teams' offensive strategies. Don't misinterpret either. Here, scoring is not the only goal. It has nothing to do with survival. This is deliberate dominance. While some players are stuck arguing calls or making disparaging remarks, Caitlin is utilizing her offhand to play four-dimensional chess while being pounded like it's open season. In addition to dealing with the physical abuse, she's converting it into fuel. Every major transgression is reported in the media. Every missed call turns into a viral video. Every game in which she limps off the court becomes a national story, and the league has to struggle with the attention it called for. She's not just a player. She is a brand accelerator, a cultural catalyst, and a living viral phenomenon. The most attractive basketball player is also the one who gets unlawfully defended the most. After seeing it, the marketers also want to become involved. Grit, glitter, and guts. For Caitlin Clark, it's all three, in addition to a silent jump shot.
It led to a lot of opportunities. By the way, she had a little bit of a down game yesterday against the Sky, but prior to that, for the last couple weeks, Sophie Cunningham had been balling out on the basketball court ever since she started getting put in to the starting lineup. So we got a couple of different things that have emerged when it comes to Sophie. Number one, let's start with what happened yesterday, because she has gone viral, all right? She's gone viral over hot girls eat Arby.
And to be honest, good. Let her cash every payout, be the face of every campaign, and smile in every Nike meets Vogue crossover picture they can think of. She earned it all by limping through a league that treats elbows like handshakes. Are we certain that this isn't a covert camera program concerning WNBA survival? There's a reason why ticket prices skyrocket when she's on the schedule. But it's not because it's entertaining to see a human crash test dummy try to shoot 5 bodies. This is because, in spite of her injuries, Caitlin Clark still uses magic. She simply shows up and lights it up without making it about herself. No self-pitying monologues. And what really annoys people is that she isn't contributing to the chaos. They do, in fact, follow her even when she doesn't seek attention. Why? Because everyone in the audience is aware that when the ball comes into contact with her hands, something spectacular might occur. Without making any calls, triple teams continue to operate without any problems. Caitlin Clark's desire is unavoidable. Caitlin Clark's quantifiable magnificence, the immense brilliance of Caitlin Clark. I've mentioned my admiration for Caitlin Clark numerous times, don't you think? I truly admire Caitlin Clark, but I never told you why. What is it about Kevin? Caitlin Clark is incredibly amazing. When I offer you a $28 million deal for $280 million, you want to experience unimaginable grandeur, don't you? That's what Caitlin really is worth, isn't it? Caitlin Clark had an impact on his Senate earthquake, after all. Via NCAA basketball, correct? And what happens when someone is so good at something that they only want to play? The others become enraged. As if planning a jail holiday, coaches start making plans. Players experience a strange case of Clarkies, a disease where defense becomes desperate and fundamental principles are abandoned. Opinions ranging from compliments to explanations of why she is the cause of civilization's demise erupted in entire social media feeds. All of this is due to the fact that she is exceptionally talented in an area where she shouldn't be. The issue is that this is not an abrupt occurrence. They did not raise a diva. Someone who believes that everyone will submit was not mentioned. They raised a baller with the vision of a chess master and the composure of someone who has been here 10 years longer than she has. Whether she's jogging to the bench for a timeout or draining threes, she always takes morality, respect, hard work, accountability, and a passion for the game with her when she enters an arena. Those joyful tears are the WNBA player who deserves a maximum deal. She is more valuable than the league on her own. The greatest deaf NBA player in history. When she is that focused, that grounded, and so effortlessly elegant despite the chaos all around her, you can't help but cheer her on loudly, proudly, and sometimes with goosebumps. In addition to being a basketball prodigy, Caitlin Clark is a lesson in poise. No angry outbursts, no look-at-me stunts, and no public relations-crafted lectures about refuting the haters. She doesn't need any of that. She ties her shoes, shows up, and instantly rewrites the playbook. That's the show. She's not searching for videos to become viral. It's her in the viral video. The highlighter with ice in her veins and a grace most veterinarians can only dream of. She's not attempting to attract attention. Since the game is her life, she is playing. And I'll be here if your double team fails. She is more than just a trailblazer. She is the curve. An exam answer sheet that was not prepared for by the league. Just when you think you have her figured out, she throws a no-look dime from the logo. Well done. And her poise, please. She is being attacked out here as though she were the focal point of a defensive smorgasbord. The worst you'll see is an eye roll or a polite conversation with the official who appears to have misplaced his whistle and/or glasses. Double C is just Double C, cool, collected, and effortlessly supporting your preferred team. If you like and subscribe, new videos will appear on the screen.